Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and I coach people and organizations to play big. And this is a video that was sparked by um, an article my friend Jack Gelman wrote. And I thought it was an interesting piece where he talks about the importance of trust-based leadership. There we go. How to get that up under my name. So reading from the article, and just let me get that back up on the screen. Jack writes, the leader who predictably overanalyzes, predictably delays decision-making, predictably micromanages, or predictably acts in ways which do not take into consideration the impact of one's actions on others is unlikely to instill trust in his organizations. And then he compares it with the leader who is predictably innovative and creative when assessing situations on a timely basis, and then deciding what to do, and importantly, executing against that decision. So obviously, the predictably innovative and creative leader wins the hearts and minds of his people. Now, the question that Jack doesn't address is, why does this happen? If we know this is the outcome, and I'm sure instinctively, even if you don't think you know that that this is the better way to do it, why don't we do it? And it's a great question. And I think there are two reasons. I'm going to start with the one that's of lesser importance. And that is, we don't think our people know how to do what we want them to do. Interesting. We don't think they know how to do what we want them to do. With the result being that this is a problem caused by us because we never taught them from a big picture perspective how to deliver what we want in a way that we want it. I'm going to use this as the petulant child comparison. The petulant child wants what they want when they want it, but never tells us what they really want. And we have to play, okay, what does he want? What does she need? And because they're not verbal, they never tell us because they're babies, right? So they scream and cry and they don't know what to do. And that's kind of the lesser of the two instances. And I think the other one, which I think is the bigger one, is our own fear. Our own fear that if we relinquish control, we're not needed. Relinquish control, they'll disappoint us. Relinquish control, well, they still won't do it right, so why am I going to bother? Or relinquish control, and, I don't think they're not as good as I thought they were when they hired me. When I hired them, they're just not that talented. So in both instances, the problem really lies with us. And in lying with us, we have to recognize that we're the one consistent in this, because your staff is turning over probably, right? And they're miserable and unhappy, and we're the stimulus that's causing this. So I want to speak to that part, if I may. And in speaking to that, I want to suggest that you can start with experimenting with situations where you tell your staff what you want them to do and why. Offer to receive input from them if they think that's the best way to do it, or if they have other ideas, and really mean it when you say it, because it's not enough to just say stuff. You have to sound sincere, because you've conditioned them already to believe that it's your way or the highway, and they better do it or else. And you have to start off with like an introduction. Say, you're aware that, staff, isn't performing as well as you might like, or as well as they could. That's probably the better way to phrase it. And that the problem may lie with you. So you want to do things a little bit differently, and you need to be coached by them about how to do it differently and still get great results. It's kind of like a podcast I listened to some years ago by this naval submarine commander. And the short version is he was running a sub that he had never managed before. And he starts to give out instructions in a stressful situation that would have grounded the sub. And he's insisting that his way is right. And his staff says, "Captain, we've got it." And in the way he responded, he understood that this guy had it. Well, you have to ensure that your staff actually believes that they have it and that you get it. So you have to retrain them, because if you're used to barking orders all the time, they're not going to instantly turn around, right? So understand that you've got to retrain them, and that starts off with retraining you. So start by saying, if you've got better ideas, I'm happy to listen to them and show me how they could work better, okay? Let's try your idea because it may be better than mine. We got to get this outcome, but let's try trusting the staff a little bit more to give us ideas. And maybe they'll actually come up with better things than you do. I know your way has worked before, but what's happening is you're grounding your troops into the ground. And that's not what you really want. You want people who are inspired and motivated, who are going to excel, right? Who give their heart and guts to your situation and want to achieve, right? Not just little robots sitting at a desk who are doing, you're dissatisfied with them, which is why you're watching this video, of course. But, whether you're a solopreneur, a manager in an organization, or no matter what the level is, the issue is going to lie with you. You need to look at it differently and see what your part is in this failure. Now, if it's a training issue, you got to start training your people to perform. But most of the time, it's a trust issue. You don't trust them to do what you need them to do. And as a result, you micromanage, and you take this and pound and destroy the creativity out of them. And that kills them, and it kills anything for your business. Look at doing it differently. Hey, experiment. We're not talking about brain surgery here, where at the end of the day, the patient is going to die, right? We're talking about tasks in a business that, if they do it wrong, are probably correctable, right? So give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? They screw up. You'll fix it then and teach them why it could have been done a little bit differently. And they'll learn from it and like it that much more. I'm Coach Jeff Altman. I'm known as the Big Game Hunter. I want to help you play big. And in doing so, I want to encourage you, reach out to me through my website, No BS Coaching Advice. Get some encouragement, schedule some time with me. I'd love to help you. I want to help you play big. Have a great day. Take care.